And I met my wife on a dating app as well. We met on Hinge. We're
Same.
married now, so that makes us unhinged. Right? I think
That's good. That should be the tagline. Yeah.
and that should be the tagline. Get unhinged. And yeah, humor was very much a part of my strategy. And this might be too much of a diverture, but like I mentioned, so I'm an engineer, and so I met my wife in a year that I had ended up going on 99 first dates.
Holy jeez.
Like I was in New York and I wanted to meet a life partner. I wanted to meet someone to like settle down with. The intent was not to go on 99 dates. It wasn't to see how many people I could go. It was just like, I'm going to be intentional about this. I'm going to set it up as kind of like think of it as a project in my head. If I was a project, I project manage everything else that's important in my life. What if I did this? And so in that process, I learned, and I had kind of the data of like, in terms of my own experience, that yeah, when I used humor, people were more likely to respond. They were more likely to like, rather than just being like, hey, what do you do? I would say, okay, how can I come up with a fun way to ask that question? How could I think of like, either phrasing a little bit of delay, like, what did you spend 8 hours doing today on your work day? Or, what's the coolest thing that you've done at your job recently? Not where it's like, hey, how do I make this hysterical? But just how do I make it a little bit different? How do I stand out? How do I make it a little bit more fun? So unexpected is one of those ways. But another way is through references and connections and things like that. So for example, one of the things that I put on my Hinge profile, which was like, I think it was like relationship goals or something like that, rather than just saying whatever blank it was like, I want to be like Ann Perkins and Leslie Knope and Parks and
Rec. Good.
Right. Yeah. So I'm representing that. Like, and so people would oftentimes, they would then message me like, well, who gets to be Ann Perkins and and it's like, I want you to call me a beautiful land mermaid, like Leslie Knope says to Ann Perkins. Like, I want to be showered with these ridiculous compliments or whatever. And so then we'd have this fun back and forth. So now it's no longer about, oh, in your relationship goals, you said you want to have someone that you laugh with. It's like, no, now we're arguing about who gets to be Ann Perkins. And now we're coming up with these kind of ridiculously fun, compliments that are, unexpected or whatever, right? So references to particular ideas or concepts is a great way to incorporate a little bit of humor. Again,
hey, if you want to hear the rest of this interview, head over to morewiserpodcast.com or wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll see you there.